Remember when WWE had good Survivor Series pay-per-views many years ago? Whatever happened to that? Now it just feels like Survivor Series is a complete throwaway. Hey, what's up and how's it going, MRBers? I'm so glad that you have took your time to spend with me right here today on the Mick Rockin' Bolt Wrestling Review Show. I'm your co-host, Mike Mick Rock Wilson, and last night was WWE Survivor Series. Before I get into the pay-per-view itself, the kickoff match happened before the show started. It was The Miz versus Kofi Kingston one-on-one. I like that The Miz won. The fresh off the heel turn. I'm surprised that he won cleanly, and I was expecting Miz to pull Kofi Kingston's tights to kind of cheat to win. So, in that kind of sense, it kind of fell flat for The Miz after turning heel, that he never capitalized on that. But what happened at the end of the match was that Kofi Kingston slapped The Miz after the match, basically after one went down in the tag team match, after The Miz turned on him. And hopefully that slap lights a new fire under Kofi Kingston. I missed that Kofi Kingston that we saw a couple years ago when he feuded with Randy Orton, when he jumped off the rail onto Randy Orton through the table at Madison Square Garden, you know, stuff like that. And that incident with Kofi Kingston with the Randy Orton's NASCAR, putting the paint all over it and just destroying it with the keys and stuff like that. I miss that Kofi Kingston, and I hope we get to see more of this new, hopefully lit up fire with Kofi Kingston. Let's get right down to the pay-per-view itself, Survivor Series. The show kicked off with a 10-man, a classic 5-on-5 elimination match, and I thought this match was actually pretty good. What happened was that before the match started, Zip Coulter came out easy, spoke his mind about Boston, and we saw him twerking. And so, it was actually, there was a bit of a good funny moment in the beginning before the match, and then Cody Rhodes got on the mic and just told Zip Coulter just to shut the hell up, and he started twerking. I was like, oh, just stop doing that. Don't quit your day job. Leave that to the guys that try to do it, like Zip Coulter. It's just way more funny when he does it. And we got to the match. I'm surprised that Dean Ambrose was eliminated right off the bat. Pulling off that upset was like, okay, where is this match going to go? This is not looking good for the Shield already, because one Shield member has been eliminated, and I was hoping all three would stand out in that match. But what I like is that it wasn't just the Shield that stood out. It was only 1/3 of the Shield that stood out after the match, and that was Roman Reigns. I like it. He is the future, in the sense that he is the future of the WWE. What happened? We saw Cody Rhodes eliminating Ambrose, and then we saw Jey Uso eliminate Jack Swagger. Cody Rhodes eliminates Antonio Cesaro. Roman Reigns not only eliminates an Uso and Cody Rhodes, but also Goldust and Rey Mysterio. And so, with that being said, Roman Reigns was the standout guy in that match, and of course, Rey Mysterio eliminates Seth Rollins as well. I like that we saw that face plant from Seth Rollins in that match, going back to his old NXT days when he was NXT champion. I like it that he's bringing back that move, and Roman Reigns, like I said, he was the standout, spearing all three guys. I like the line that he delivered to Rey Mysterio. He said something along the lines of, "Why did you come back here just to get jobbed out," or something like that. And which was so true, and that was the reason why Rey Mysterio was there, just to get beat up and that's it. So with that said, I like that Roman Reigns was the sole survivor in that match. And I thought that was one out of the two good matches that was on last night's card. And see, here's the thing. The show started off pretty good, and I figured that they would capitalize on that and run with it, but no. The show just went downhill from there. With that being said, the next match was Big E Langston going one-on-one with Curtis Axel, the rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. The audience had a big major part. The "You Can't Wrestle" chants, "We Want Ziggler" chants. And the fans just don't react well when Curtis Axel is in the ring wrestling. That's why he doesn't come off as a good championship wrestler, even though it's not a champion, but you get what I mean. So with that said, I think that the WWE's biggest mistake going into that match is that putting the Intercontinental Championship on Big E Langston and just put it on him and be the guy that, again, goes nowhere with it, just like what they've done with Curtis Axel. So with that being said, I'm very disappointed that they didn't capitalize on a good possible feud that could benefit not only Curtis Axel and Big E Langston, but the Intercontinental Championship as well. Make that Intercontinental Championship mean even more. They were doing really well with two good championship matches. When Curtis Axel faced Dolph Ziggler, and then with Big E Langston. And when Big E Langston won it, I was hoping that, they would put Big E Langston and Curtis Axel in a rivalry, a month-long rivalry for the Intercontinental Championship, and have Curtis Axel somehow cheat to get back the championship and have Big E Langston crawl his way back to become the champion and have that big payoff at WrestleMania, something along those lines, to actually give the Intercontinental Championship more meaning. But they didn't do it, and I don't like it. The only thing I do like is that Big E Langston is the Intercontinental Champion. I just hope now that they put Big E Langston in a rivalry with someone for the Intercontinental Championship to make everyone look good. Also, we saw 7-on-7 14 Diva Elimination Classic Survivor Series match. We had Natalya, the Bella Twins, the Funkadactyls, Eva Marie and JoJo versus the Divas Champion AJ Lee, Tamina, Alicia Fox, Oksana, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, and Caitlyn. And what happened during this match is that we saw a lot of eliminations. It just felt like a throwaway match where all the divas got eliminated left, right, and center. And the worst thing they done about that match was that a diva would get eliminated after a single move, like a drop kick. Someone lays out a drop kick and they get pinned 1, 2, 3. Someone suplexes another diva, they get pinned 1, 2, 3. So simple moves like that, they get pinned. And I think that match was a really rushed process, and the WWE didn't use the divas very well. I don't think. I think that they really rushed that match, to have all these divas get pinned. So it was just a big throwaway mess, real big cluster, you know what. So with that said, that really fell flatter than a pancake. That's all I gotta say about that. And the next match was Ryback issuing an open challenge. Who answered it? Mark Henry. Mark Henry was the guy that came out and just pretty much cleaned house, destroyed Ryback. It was a very short match, nothing special at all. I would rather see Sheamus come out and accept the challenge to Ryback. And when Mark Henry's music hit, I was like, oh great. Just like I predicted, Mark Henry was going to come out and go over Ryback. Nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary. And we saw this match before at WrestleMania, and that match wasn't even all that great. The only good thing about that was that Ryback got his big moment in with the shell shock after the match. And with this match, it was just a complete throwaway. It sucked. Moving on. Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena. And like I said, after the first match, the show just went complete downhill from there. And boy, did it ever. And here's my logic behind the Alberto Del Rio and John Cena match. If you did not watch that match, you're really not missing anything at all. Really, all this was a repeat of their match from 2 years ago. It's like they put in a VHS or DVD from the match they had 2 years ago and just put it on repeat. That's what that match was. So with that said, even though it was a wrestling match, it was a good wrestling match, like I said before with the other matches, there were nothing special. The only good thing I liked so far in this pay-per-view was Roman Reigns being the sole survivor, going over, becoming that standout guy in the WWE. Also on the show, we saw Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. And I thought this was actually a not half bad match. It was one of the two matches I liked on the Survivor Series card. One being the first one, and this one as well. I thought that the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan with the rugged style gave a good performance, as well as CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. The only thing I didn't like is that I would rather see the Wyatt family go over, beat CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, and have CM Punk and Daniel Bryan get the last word after the match, as opposed to CM Punk and Daniel Bryan winning and having Bray Wyatt try to get CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, but to no avail, which is what happened in that match. So with that being said, it kind of did leave a bad taste, but I thought it was actually one of the good matches on the card. That and the first one, the rest were mediocre at best. And what I like about this match in particular is that big moment where Luke Harper sit-down powerbomb Daniel Bryan when he countered the Hurricanrana. He hooked him and just dropped him from the second or third rope on the turnbuckle. That moment was great, and I think that match should have ended there, and it didn't. And what happened was that Daniel Bryan got his finisher in, and CM Punk nailed the go to sleep and got the win for the team. And like I said, it was a good match. It was one of the good matches out of the two matches that were on the Survivor Series card. Like I said, though, I would rather see the Wyatt family go over to solidify the Wyatt family, but I can understand the logic behind Daniel Bryan and CM Punk winning, because Daniel Bryan lost at the last pay-per-view, so why not have him go over on this pay-per-view? And we kind of didn't want to see CM Punk decline as well. So with that being said, it was a 50-50 situation. And the main event, it was Randy Orton versus The Big Show. Going into this match, I did not expect a 5-star match, and that was pretty much it. It was not a 5-star match at all. I don't know if I give it any stars, maybe a half of a star. And with that being said, the match, like I said, not good at all. The fans were booing. There were boring chants. We want Daniel Bryan chants. It was just not good at all. And they really botched a few moments in that match as well. And of course, Randy Orton at the end RKO'd. I like that he does the punt on rare occasions, and he done just that. That's the only little thing I liked about the match. But overall, it was not that great. what happened was that Triple H, Steph, and Kane came out and distracted the Big Show. And see, here's the thing. They built the Big Show up very well going into this match. That was the only thing I liked. The way the WWE built up the Big Show in this match, and they just flopped it. I would rather see the Big Show win the championship just based on his build-up alone. And they didn't do it like they done with Daniel Bryan. The way they were building up Daniel Bryan, giving him the championship and having it taken away. Daniel Bryan never got that big payoff at the end. Neither did the Big Show. And really, why bother building up a character when you're not going to have a payoff? Is absolutely ridiculous on the part of the WWE. It really just sucked. Overall, this show is just worth streaming. It's a good thing I didn't buy the show at all. 8 out of 10, I'd give it a 2 at best. Based on the 2 good matches that happened on the show, the rest just fell flat. It was just horrible. The rest of the show was just that bad. Oh my god. And with that said, hopefully the next pay-per-view is Redemption. So what did you think of last night's Survivor Series? Comment below and let me know. For the MRB Wrestling Review Show, I'm your co-host Mike McRock Wilson. And to all you viewers watching, get plenty of rest and always do your best.